Welcome back, everyone. Today we're ranking
Real
every
quick from
single
the
one
video,
of my.
just want to say this video is a tribute to neolab. He is my entire inspiration to customizing and everything. Awesome guy, awesome YouTuber. Everything he did was fantastic, and I wish he would come back. So yeah, but also if you look at any of these and you're like, hey, I want that in my collection, you can email me at asksponYT@gmail.com. And we'll talk from
Just
there.
cool, then into the mouth.
So you can commission me to do a custom for you.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll have that in the description in case you don't know how to spell that. What are you doing?
Fine, but I did like this stealth sort of Springer thing. No idea what I was thinking. This thing looks terrible. Could I do a better job now? Probably. But it doesn't look good. I'll be honest with you, it does not look good. I'm surprised I did as good as I did for my skills at the time. Heck, look at this sorry excuse for like wear and tear. This thing looks awful. I don't like it at all. So, whatever. I think it was more of a learning curve. And this wasn't even the first custom I ever did. So that's even more sad. I made some pretty good customs before I made this one, but unfortunately this one just wasn't good. Second worst is Bone Crusher. Now you might be like, Stars, why is it second worst? So this was originally the Nest Bone Crusher, and I painted it in this color with cheap acrylic paint. That's one thing that if I could give you any advice, never paint with cheap paint. Never, ever, ever. And don't use enamel thinner on plastic because it will dissolve. And so there's a huge crack running down here, and the leg broke off. I'm not going to take it off because you've seen it in videos before, and if you haven't, seen it in my videos before, then I apologize. I'm just not going to take it off because I don't want to damage this thing anymore. But, I think he turned out okay for what it's worth. There's a lot of, like, paint chipping going on everywhere. So the more I handle it, the more paint comes off. Coming in at third worst, I think it's Smokescreen, guys. I hate to say it, but I think it's Smokescreen. I can do a way better job now that I have my airbrush working. But I did this entirely hand-painted, which was stupid. I definitely can do a better job, and I will do a better job eventually in the future. I will definitely have another go at this, just completely paint over the entire thing, and have a second go at it. Just the paint is super inconsistent. It did not want to bond at all to that white plastic, and he's made of all pins, so he's very hard to take apart, so we'll have to see about that. But for now, Transformers Prime Smokescreen from the original Siege Smokescreen is my third worst custom. The only reason why it's not at the bottom is because I still think he looks pretty darn cool. Shoot, he's not standing up. Stand, you goof! Okay, there. Alright, at my fourth worst custom, I guess. I'm not going to start counting, but my next custom that I'm going to be talking about is this guy. This is... What's this guy's name? You guys, it'll come back to me. You guys let me know down in the comments. I'll be an idiot for 5 minutes while I try to remember his name. But he's missing his feet.
My life! My life! My life! My life!
So, yeah, and the paint is sort of inconsistent on this guy. It was sort of a rushed custom, to be honest with you. The only reason why he's not very bottom is because his alt mode looks good, and I think the paint that was applied came out really solid. And he looks good overall, just... I wish he had feet so he could actually stand up. So he's actually just going to be laying here because I'm not going to try to stand him up. That's how bad it is. Alright, so the next part is going to be Hound. I love this figure. I don't know why the heck I customized so much of it. Like, I ruined the front.
Oh! Ew!
He definitely needs a full repaint. Will I do that someday? Probably. Am I going to do that sometime soon? Maybe. If this video gets, I don't know, 100 likes, I'll repaint my Hound. Alright, coming in next is a tie between Starscream and Brawl, just because these were light touch-ups, more enhancements than customs. So, yeah, I just painted a few parts here and there just to really spruce them up and give them more detail. So, not much done with them. Just also look at that. That does not tab in at all. Yeah, you know, whatever. It'll do. Coming up next is Rhinox. He's a good custom. It's just that the list is starting to get really hard to make, so you know we're just gonna have to have some tough cuts. So yeah, that's just how it's gonna be. Rhinox, he's a good custom. Just a few things I probably could have done a little better with this guy, but I'm overall really happy with how he came out. Coming up next is Air Razor. Air Razor is a good custom. I think I can just do better again with the airbrush. There's a lot of potential with this gal here, and you know I think what I did beforehand was decent. I'm pretty happy with how the wings came out. The wings is my favorite part, that beautiful lush green. But outside of that, not that good of a paint job. So she's just gonna have to get another paint job. And I guess by the time of recording this video, I may or may not be painting her. So yeah, this is my Studio Series 13. I literally painted this entire thing silver, a little bit of bronze here and there. The only reason why I don't like it is because I messed up the head. Everything else is pretty good. I want to do a dark wash on it. I think I saw some guy do a dark wash, and now I really want to do one. But yeah, he looks good. I don't think I could have done much better of a job on him. So, you know, he is what it is. He is what it is. Nice English there, Solars. But he's great. I do like this custom. Just not better than the other ones. And he's nice and shiny now instead of that dull. Coming in next might surprise a few of you, but this is Shockwave from the Generations line.
Yeah, that's sure is Shockwave. No, it's Soundwave. My gosh. Bro.
And I love this custom so much because of the rust detailing that I did on the front. Literally carries the entire thing, and I sort of fixed the gun. It's still transparent, but it also is blue to match him. So I think that looks really cool.
Just cool.
And this Soundwave has always been one of my favorite figures. So making it even cooler looking.
Just cool.
Definitely up this guy and helped him reach the spot. Coming in next, I'm surprised it actually made this far considering how much I don't like this figure. If you like it, that's cool. But, you know, this was a custom that I had to do because the original version's colors weren't very accurate. And it was very messy in the legs. I mean, he'd be higher. It's a pretty good custom otherwise. You know, a little bit shaky here and there with the level of paint. And he sort of feels weird to the touch. Like sort of grimy. So that's not very fun. That's why I don't like handling him as much. But I didn't really like handling him in the first place.
What do you mean by that?
So, you know, whatever. You know, say what you want, but I just don't find the best in this custom. But for what it's worth, I think it's pretty good. This is one that you guys who have been watching for a while probably didn't know about. And if you did, then bravo to you. But this is Follow Cybertron Grimlock. I have removed a few pieces because I was missing them, so I just decided to make him look even Steven. And yeah, I love the gray on this guy. It came out just so well. And the gold is so lush. And everything about this guy is so awesome. I think this is one of the most solid paint jobs I've ever done. You can barely even tell that I did this by hand, which is my favorite part. It looks like this was done by an airbrush. So that was really cool. And, you know, I thoroughly enjoyed this custom and how it looks. And yeah, one that you guys definitely know that I've got. It's Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Now, I could still definitely do a little better on this guy in a few areas, but I think he's pretty darn perfect. The only thing I don't like about him is the weird wear and tear that I did. It was when my airbrush was broken. So, you know, I've kind of put it off to fix him, but you know, he's fine. He's good. Actually, one of my favorite shorts I ever made was with this guy. And yeah, I think the results speak for themselves with this guy. I think he needs a dark wash still, and I still haven't gotten to that yet. But the Byway Shockwave is such a phenomenal figure. quality is but for the price you're paying, you can't complain. And the fixes they've done to this guy are undeniably great. So I can't complain with that. And this custom really, he was very
Purple guy!
purple. If you know the Bioware Shockwave, he's very purple. They made a better color version, but the original version, which I got, was very purple. So with this, I had to paint it. Otherwise, it would literally look like a Jolly Rancher on my shelf. So yeah, we're gonna put him in the middle here next to his mold mate. One of the last Rise of the Beast. Psych, there's actually a few more. This is Cheetor, dude.
Maximize! 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 Maximize!
One of my first custom videos I ever did was on Cheetor. I can easily do a better job now, and I was thinking about it. 200 likes and I'll do it. But yeah, Cheetor, man. What a guy. What a guy. 2 lines in the entire movie.
More enemies are landing. We won't be safe for long.
Cheetor.
Sorry about scaring you, brother. But not for humans.
And yet he's still this awesome figure. Who can complain? Not me, that's for sure. And I think this custom, for me being a beginner at customizing, I think this is really good. Right, here's where I draw the line. I can't have him any higher up because I don't think that would be fair to the customs above this guy. But custom Nemesis Prime was one of my earliest and hardest customs. I don't think you guys understand how much the red bled through. Seriously, that was awful.
I thought it was terrible.
Yeah, this guy is killer. I'm telling you, he's killer. He has his own custom sword, his own custom humongo blaster. He doesn't actually have to have this. Shout out to the people who know what this is from. It's Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beast. This thing is such an awesome custom. Probably one of my favorite videos I've made with him was the custom, and of course his upgrade kit. For those that are wondering, it's like this weird knockoff one from AliExpress. Not a knockoff, but like the weird one. I don't really know how to say weird. It's a niche. Niche is the right word. I couldn't find the link for y'all. I apologize. I'm sure it's somewhere out there on the internet. But yeah, this is such a good figure. I'm so glad to have this, and I'm so glad that this is going to be re-released along with Cosmos. It's our last Rise of the Beast figure. This is Scourge. I'm very surprised that this guy made it up as high as he did, because, I mean, just look at him. This is literally Scourge. I think the dry brushing and the orange claw kind of pulled it together for me. I was going to make a video on this, and then I decided not to, just because you guys don't need a video on everything. But if you do want to see me do the custom itself, I do have a live stream with it, so you'll have to go find that. I don't exactly remember what it's called. I may or may not have it linked down in the description, whether I remember. Number 3 is Galvatron. This is one of y'all's favorite customs, and it certainly is one of mine as well, because first of all, you guys gave me like 15,000 views on the short, I think, or it was close to that. It was like 13 maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this is probably one of the most solid hand-painted Transformer I've ever made. I know that I was talking about, where is he? Grimlock with that, but I think Galvatron takes the cake with this one, and just compared to what he looked like before, it's such an upgrade to what he had before. So yeah, it's really darn cool.
Boring!
There's just so much to love with this. Coming in at number 2, second place, runner-up, numero 2. Shattered Glass Optimus. That means you know exactly what number 1 is. But yeah, this thing rules. Like, there's no getting around how amazing this is in terms of not just a custom, but as a just a piece, because there's nothing in the world like this. Nobody else has made a Cybertronium mode Shatterglass Optimus. And I believe I have one for sale. Go check it out. Link in the description if you want this exact copy of this figure. Shameless plug, jeez. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. You know, a few things that didn't go well with this guy. You know, that's how it always is. Nothing's perfect. But for what it's worth, this is one of my favorite customs I've ever made. You know, that's why it's number 2. And yeah, he's great. So where the heck is he gonna stand? Number 1, you guys probably could have guessed from the start of this video, was Bumblebee Movie Ultra Magnus. Yeah, this is, even though he doesn't have an alt mode, I'm sorry, the alt mode's not good. If you ever get one for me, I promise it won't look like that. When I first customized this, I didn't intend for it to have an alt mode, so that's why. But yeah, this thing, I used the Bumblebee Movie Optimus and the Siege Ultra Magnus, threw this together. This is obviously one of you guys' favorite, and it's my favorite, which is why it's number 1.
Did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's something that we need in the movies, and you know, I really wanted him in the movies, so I was like, what the heck, let me just make it myself. And so I did. And here he is. So yeah, that is every single custom I have made on my channel. You know, you guys tell me what you think. Which one's your favorite? And you can't say Magnus. So yeah, this has been my video. Tell me what you think of the ranking, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.